How's it going, guys? Hope you had a good weekend and a good trading week. Sorry I'm a little late on this summary video. It's trying to adjust to that new schedule, having the work on Fridays. Getting this video out is still really important to me, so I knew I had to do it over the weekend. I got to blame football and some wild upsets for the lack of putting it off. But man, if you're a football fan, it was a hell of a weekend. Anyways, going into Friday, one of the things I noticed the most, like I said, I worked at a second job on Thursday and Friday, and I went, get home from work late, about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Actually, it was later than that, about 12:30 our time, Pacific time, and market opens at 6:30 a.m. for me. So it really gives me a 4.5 hour window to actually get some sleep in. And if you're like me, it's hard to go home and just go straight to bed. So I really only got about 3 hours of sleep on Thursday night going into Friday. And I noticed right away it made a big difference. I definitely didn't hit all my goals. I did not run in the morning, so my energy levels were down. I didn't find any good pre-market stocks. That part has to do with what a crazy market we had on Friday, with the crazy run sell-off we had kind of the end of the week. I did a decent job sticking to SPY and Tesla because the lack of enthusiasm to trade was bad, but it also kept me from over trading or just kind of making dumb trades for the start of the day. We'll get into that. I also cheated on my paper trading, but I did stick to not hitting my alerts. So you see right away the goals. I've been setting these 4 or 5 goals each day, trying to keep it reasonable, something I think is achievable each day. And I did a really good job with that at the beginning of the week. And then for the last day, just seeing how these small things outside of trading really affected my attack of the market. And I think that's something that I really want to note. So we can go pretty quick through our trades. I'll say right away, like I said, I was tired and easily irritable. And I noticed that. We are on the wrong one. Let's get this up here. All right, cool. So we had SPY here. You can see on the open, we really got some chop. I didn't trade too much. I did a good job not forcing anything or over trading. Like I said, I was tired. I was really not enthusiastic and excited to get trades on. So it made me just kind of really wait it out. Once I finally did get in a trade, we went ahead and took some SPY puts here. We saw SPY come down, break some resistance. And like I said, I was really just waiting to be convinced that we were going to go down more. You saw off the open, we dumped and found support. Again, I was being patient. I didn't want to trust anything until it really showed that bulls were ready to sell. Bulls were not there to buy back, because you always know you get that bounce. And with how bad SPY has sold off the last day, we really were waiting for that. So once I could see the bulls really weren't there to play today, I got in late. At this point, I had a trade for some SPY puts. They sold profitable and it was a good start, but I got really frustrated with Thinkorswim. I realized that their paper options trading was not filling it hit my limit trade at a better fill than SPY ever actually hit, and then it sold it for higher than it did. So it gave me a false reading of my profits. And though it's good to not want to take that seriously, I got real frustrated and really demotivated. It made me just not even want to trade options on Thinkorswim at all anymore. I felt like the gains and the moves that I had made for the week were wasted. And I totally attribute that to my lack of sleep and how that affects my trading. I knew I was impatient. I knew that small things really irritated me. I didn't want to deal with that. I noticed it that night at work. I was real short and impatient when things weren't going my way. So, again, I guess today's real thing is not so much looking at these trades and these technicals, is more so recognizing how not having my morning routine, not having my sleep, not approaching and following my rules immediately just threw off my trading day. Once I got frustrated with SPY and the options, again, I took another put. I think I was stepping away for the lunch break here, and I said, you know what, this is a cheap put. I'll throw a couple bucks at it, let it ride for the rest of the day, and just walked away. Because the SPY was going bad, the market looked terrible. It ended up being profitable, and that was great. But I don't want to even talk technicals on this, because I didn't take this as a technical trade. I took this as a frustrated, whatever, the market's done, I just want to make a trade, and I'm over this. Now I have to rethink Thinkorswim. So after we did that, we went into Tesla. Same thing on this. I did take a trade in the morning. This one was fine, was on paper. This was decently rule bound. I know I was tired, but like again, you can look here. We'll try and zoom in, make this nice and clean. Tesla sold off in the morning. I let the bulls come in and show they were going to fail to push it back up. On this break here, you get your entries a little off. Once I got a candle to break down below, I got in right about 964 once I saw the break of that breakdown. Let it ride all the way down, actually caught it right, at the 960 off that bounce, playing those $5 levels. It did sell off a bit more, so something to be more patient. But again, I can't accredit anything I was doing to my technicals in the morning because I know I wasn't being patient. I know I didn't have that focus that I had throughout the whole week. Something to consider for if this is what my current schedule is right now, to maybe just not trade Fridays or maybe just limit my trades to a certain session. And that's what this whole Friday review basically is. When once I came back from the lunch break here, I did take some trades. What I'll note is that I feel like I saw the reflection of the week-long trading better and having rules and taking setups. It stopped me from kind of just throwing a bunch of random trades out. They were a little bit more justified in their entries and exits. But it was also me going right back to my, here's my hotkeys, whatever, think or swim's not working. Let's just get some here, grab it there, playing a few levels. So this was a decent technical trade. We've played another breakdown, caught the bottom bounce here, sold out for a $2.50 gain on some puts, with Tesla, I like to sell short. We then went into some longs here. We bought the longs right at the bottom there, went back up and look at this. After it went long, I tried to buy on the confirmation breakout and then sold right away on the one doji dip here. Honestly, I can't even explain all these trades just because it's not worth it, not because I don't want to review it and try to ignore what I did. I already know the issue was I was tired, I was impatient, I was just slapping hotkeys. All these trades were profitable, so it's decent, but it's just not good trading, and I noticed that throughout my day. So I just want to make this kind of a week summary. I saw a huge difference in my trading throughout the week pretty much immediately after starting making these videos and committing to paper trading. I told myself that I would stick to paper for a while now, and I just haven't been able to do it. And making these videos, making these small goals every morning, these are the things that really forced me to feel like I was turning a corner again and improving in my trading. And as bad as Friday was, it was awesome because I recognized it in my head right away. I did a terrible job remaining disciplined and walking away and leaving it alone, and that's what we need to do next week, and that needs to be the goal. But really, I still count that as a win, and it's just like having a losing trade and taking away what was good from that losing trade. I had a bad trading day Friday, regardless of profit loss being positive. I know it was bad trading, and I recognize that because of the way that I was being so disciplined, being so accountable for my trades throughout the week. So I got to thank you guys a lot for that, because that has to do with these videos, with your guys' response, your guys' comments, everything you've said to me throughout the week. So I made a few notes on that. Again, like I said, those little things count. First and foremost was that morning run. For me, being on the West Coast, having to be up so early for the market, it really makes a difference, because those days, even if I get to bed on time, by lunch break, it's not just, I need to step away. It's you kind of feel that tiredness, that sagging in your eyes. Versus now, when I hit that lunch break, I could actually be productive, kind of think of start planning what I want to do for these videos, start looking at other levels for later in the day. Again, obviously sleep is a big one, but then these reviews, I can't tell you how immediately I've seen the difference in my trading from making these review videos. I mean, I could tell I was being much more patient in the beginning of the week. I could tell I was being irrational and frustrated on Friday. Really taking the time to hear me say out loud what my problems are and look at my trades and look at what I did has really made a huge difference in my trading throughout the week. Another thing I want to take a moment to mention, because I did get half the idea to start doing this, was to Bear Bull traders. I only signed up for the trial period this week, but it was another one of those I recognized a big picture difference. I myself has done it, and I know a lot of us in our trading group have signed up for a bunch of different, though somewhat helpful, some very feasible and great trading sources. But a lot of these ones that we're finding that are alerts, and sure, they give you some handful of courses, but they want you to go on their YouTube and watch them trade and copy their trades. And pretty much anyone who's giving you anything to copy as far as trades, I don't want to say there's no value to them. I think a lot of their channels and their education material really does offer a lot for us to learn as traders. But I'll tell you, just from that week being in Bear Bull traders on the trial session, you could see the difference on what it is for people just trying to make some extra money on the side, and really what having a strong core trading team is. It really felt like I was responsible to be trading on my own and learning from what, like, all their education material they have available, but you're sitting there alongside a mentor trading, and he's making his trades and doing his own thing. If you have questions, and you have questions on technicals, on setups, on anything as far as your broker, as far as all that, they have a team of mentors to answer those questions to you throughout the day. So you're not being ignored. But the focus isn't jumping around all these different stocks like, oh, let's catch this runner. Oh, let's catch this runner. Oh, I'm buying, $2,000 worth of calls and puts on this or that's running. No, it's, hey, you do your trades, and here's a professional doing his, and here's a team of professionals to support you so that you can get to that point. As far as the education material goes, as a trial period, I wasn't able to directly access most of it, but it looks like a 5 times more expanded version of Andrew Aziz's 2 books. The one thing I will say, and this is another difference maker between those YouTube and Twitter and all those kind of social media trader platforms that we myself included have signed up for and tried to learn from, is they have daily mentorships. They have daily specialists coming in and speaking, trading psychologists, trading specialists from market to market, whether you trade in the technology sector or the growth sector. They have specialists and talks every night, 2 hours, Monday through Friday, and they will have a different topic, a different specialist for everybody's interests. I was blown away at the immediate difference I saw from what it was kind of like going from meme trading, all those penny stocks, to kind of what we're doing now with options and SPY and trying to find consistency. This was going from that, yeah, we're all trying to catch $1 million and get Lambos, to, okay, this is how you sit in a group, in an institution, and trade professionally. And for me personally, that just really makes me want to do these kinds of videos, these kinds of reviews. Makes me want to know all the stuff I'm doing on the side, so that when I'm trading, it is that calm, relaxed, like, yeah, I'm doing me, I got my trades, you're doing you, and it's a second nature kind of thing. So I it's no promotion or anything. I just, like I said, it's like $25 if you watch the opening pre-market prep. They usually send it out a discount code. It's a 7-day trial. I think it's highly worth it, even if, like, I haven't signed up for the full membership yet. It is pretty pricey, so I have to figure that out. That is part of my weekly goals, is decide on that. But I would suggest to anyone who's kind of been not sure with what they're doing, if you have been spending money on these other kind of call-outs or alerts or education platforms, to spend the $25, see what that is, and see if you notice right away the value difference and what it is, so that more so not go spend your money on them, but if what you're spending money on isn't the value that you really truly deserve to be getting as a trader and for what our goals are, I think it's worth $25 to see that, so that you can get to that. Lastly, to wrap it up, I kind of just want to go into like this week's goals. Friday next week, I will do more of a summary of our trades and where our position overall as our, if we ever get positive or negative, and I'll do more of a calculated review. But since I had that thinkorswim frustration, I don't want to count any of my gains or losses, just because I don't want to give myself any false excitement or negativity, realizing that those options trades are probably not accurate. So I'm going to make sure I sort that out. That's the first goal this week, is to sort out the thinkorswim, or what I need to do to be able to paper trade options accurately. I think this paper trading thing if I can hold myself to it at least this week, maybe one more week, I immediately see how much better it made me trade. So that's very important. Number one on the list is figure out what I can do to make sure I have a viable platform to paper trade options so that I don't break my rule and start going on to regular until we are really consistent. Right back into running every day, Monday through Thursday. No reason not to. Wake up, run. I've talked about it all week, the benefits of that and how the energy and that physical side of trading is really important. Again, I want to stick to those 4-stock rule, sticking to SPY and Tesla and those pre-market runners. I do think we have a lot of potential in the market this week, guys. I am wearing my Run AMC shirt in hopes that some of the covering does take place. SPY is in a bad spot. Market makers are going to have to start hedging with their institutions, so hopefully we can start seeing some covering. Do I think AMC goes to the moon? I don't know. But does that mean we might see a lot of these small cap, mid cap stocks really getting some bullish momentum while the market sells off? Yeah, so I think that having those pre-market preparation and having those stocks that I want to have in play and sticking to that is a big goal to keep going this week. On more of a personal side, I have to make sure I set up a business account. That is my own personal thing that I've been kind of pushing back, and I've made attempts, but I really haven't followed through on it. And I think putting it in this video, making it my weekly goal. Again, everybody's situation for trading and taxing is different. For me, I have that LLC that most of you know about, and I'm working on. The goal this week is to get the business account set up. I've had issues with brick and mortar banks getting that done, so maybe if it helps anyone with my progress as I'm setting that up, if they want to do it in the future. So I'm going to include that in here. Also deciding about Bearable Traders. Like I said, I just did the trial membership. I was very impressed with it, and I think that I would like to go full-time, but it is very pricey. So I already do see the value in it. I would like to make a decision by the end of the week on what I'm going to go ahead and do with them. And then lastly, most important, I really think it's important to have that dollar amount goal for each day. So I would like to make at least $250 a day. I feel like for how long I've been trading and how well I've been doing, that should be more than attainable very easily, but also a very reasonable goal to hit. I have been in months of sideways chop when I also was in months of making way more less than this in a day. So, we were having $700,000 days for about a month or so, and I think setting a 250 is a 10% and a reasonable goal to hit. I'm sorry, it's a 1%, but it's a reasonable goal to hit every day. There's no reason not to. I might increase that to 500 just so that it's a 2% of the paper trading account that I'm using goal. And then we're going to stop 125. And again, I think I'm going to do that right now. Let's make the target 500 and the stop at 250, because for account sizing, that's reasonable position percentage wise. So really sticking to those daily goals of 500 and 250 as a profit target or a stop trading mark is really something to be important, is having those money goals. On a quick note, I do need to do a little bit of look into some charting here. Football games just ended, so I haven't really taken the time to do that, but I do expect to see a lot more volatility. SPY has just lost the 200 EMA for the first time on the daily chart since COVID, so in over 2 years now. Pretty impressive. I did send out an alert to our Discord chat about this China probably potential to be running, so maybe we can get some plays in BABA. We need to look into that. But overall, I think we're going to see a lot of bearishness in the market until we get some confirmation or whatnot from Powell about raising rates. He does come on Wednesday, so just be real tight with your position sizes. Make sure making sure I get confirmation is really important this week. Before entering any trades is getting confirmation, because I think we're going to have a lot of fake bull runs and a lot of selling at the end of the day. There is some potential, like I said earlier, for some covering by some institutions, with the larger caps really being in some hurt. So looking for some mid caps, some small caps might run. For us day traders, that's a perfect setup. And again, we have a huge earnings week, so there's a lot of catalysts to make this market volatile. The question is, most of these catalysts to me are pretty bearish, so it's how are we going to play that volatility? Another thing to note is we've seen the last couple hours of each day is institution sell-offs in the market, especially hard that last hour. And what that says is institutions are kind of letting us day traders trade the market up, make purchases and let the price rise. And then once it gets as high as it's going to get, because we're in a bearish sentiment market, they just take all the profits that we got for the day and just dump it off. So that's something to note. First, for protecting my own trades, but to see if that keeps happening, that we could really be in some hurt, really be in a true downtrend. And I think that Wednesday talk with Powell, we're going to kind of be indecisive, kind of bearish until we get that confirmation before we really see any sort of chance of bounce. Anyways, that's going to do it for me this week, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for the support and all of your guys's just comments and likes and everything you've done so far to make me want to keep doing these videos. Like I said, I already got a new mic. Hopefully that made the sound better. We're going to keep doing what we can to improve these. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great weekend and good luck. Happy trading this week, guys.